Hey, what's up guys, MizHD here. Today I've got my first review in a long time, the first of many that are on the way. This is the Air New Zealand A320 in the Lord of the Rings livery by JC Wings on a 1 to 200 scale. Check the description in case you missed anything throughout this video. My Facebook and Twitter links will be down there, as well as the website where I pre-ordered this from, which was easytoys.com. This is my 4th A320 model and it's my 15th Air New Zealand model. Some information about Air New Zealand. Their operations base is out of Whitney Quarter in the Auckland CBD. Main hubs are Auckland International Airport, Christchurch International Airport and Wellington International Airport. Focus cities are Los Angeles International Airport and Sydney Kingsford Smith. They were founded on the 26th of April 1940 as TEAL, Tasman Empire Airways Limited, and then they were renamed to Air New Zealand on the 1st of April 1965. Their fleet as of the 12th of August 2016 consists of 103 aircraft, 29 of which are A320s. They serve 51 destinations, and their current A320 routes are from Auckland to Adelaide, Apia, Avarua, Brisbane, Cairns, Christchurch, Dunedin, Gold Coast, Melbourne, Nandi, Niue, Norfolk Island, Noumea, Queenstown, Sunshine Coast, Sydney, Tongatapu and Wellington. From Christchurch to Brisbane, Gold Coast, Melbourne, Nandi, Queenstown, Sydney and Wellington. And from Wellington to Brisbane, Dunedin, Melbourne, Nandi, Queenstown and Sydney. And then from Queenstown to Melbourne and Sydney, Sydney to Norfolk Island and Brisbane to Norfolk Island. This aircraft's first flight was on the 18th of July 2003. It was delivered on the 16th of September 2003 and it was the first A320 to enter Air New Zealand's fleet. It was transferred to the Freedom Air fleet, a former low-cost subsidiary of Air New Zealand, on the 23rd of May 2006, then transferred back to the main Air New Zealand fleet once Air New Zealand removed the main base of Freedom Air, and so it was returned on the 29th of March 2008. And the Airbus engine designation code for this aircraft is 32. Okay, so let's take a look around the box here. Alright, so we have the two main actresses. On the left is Liv Tyler. She plays Arwen. As you can see, they've got their names there of the characters. And then on the actress on the right, I'll just remove some of that shade, some of that sun. That's Miranda Otto, and she plays Eowyn. Airlines Middle Earth, because that was the slogan back then. Picture the aircraft, Air New Zealand, Airbus A320, and the Lord of the Rings title down there, as well as 1 to 200 scale aircraft. On the back, all we've got is the warnings. Top of the box. And the bottom. I really like this box. It's, got the proper Air New Zealand colours. I'm not a fan of the black colours. And these, the teal, the nice contrast between the sort of deep sea green and the blue is really, really nice. So first thing when you open the box up is you see the stand pieces, and then we have the model. Alright guys, so the model is now out of the box and we're going to start at the cockpit windows on the port side. Okay, there we go. So we have the cockpit windows, window wipers, pitot tubes and static ports. We have the Star Alliance logo because Air New Zealand is a member of Star Alliance, which is a group of 27 airlines. And then on the nose gear, we have the letter A. That's the last letter of the registration. Then we have Air New Zealand titles and the Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. So this was the third movie in the Lord of the Rings series and the last movie. And then you got sort of the sponsors and the company who made the movie. And then that's where the livery starts. So you got a bit of Air New Zealand, sorry, not Air New Zealand, just New Zealand flair. with sort of, you know, the curls and everything going on. And then we've got the engine here. This is a IAE V2527-A5 engine. It's if you don't know what IAE stands for, IAE is International Aero Engines, and it is a joint venture between Pratt & Whitney, MTU Aero Engines, and the Japanese Aero Engine Corporation. Right, now coming to the winglet. We've got the red navigation light. And so there we have the Airlines Middle Earth slogan, the 2 character names, and then we have the 2 actresses. And by the way, about the livery, this livery was painted on the 27th of November 2003, so like 2 months after Air New Zealand received this aircraft, they painted it in this livery. It was then painted into the standard livery back in 2004 before Freedom Air took it. So yeah. Registration number ZK-OJA, or Zulu Kilo Oscar Juliet Alpha. And one thing that's annoying me, the only thing that's really wrong with this model, is the New Zealand flag. Air New Zealand is a flag carrier, but the flag should be reflected. So get a mirror so the Union Jack is on the top left hand corner, and the Southern Cross is on the right hand side of the flag. So they got it right on the other side because it's supposed to be like this on the other side, and they got it right, but they forgot to have it the right way round on the left side of the aircraft. So that's the only thing that's wrong with this model. Then we come to the tail, the beautiful Air New Zealand Koru with the Pacific Wave colours, the nice dark green and blue. And now the APU. And yeah, it's pretty much just painted over, but the exhaust, not much you can do with a smaller aircraft. And now on to the starboard side. Cockpit windows, window wipers, pitot tube, static ports, Star Alliance logo, part of registration A on the gear door, Air New Zealand titles, Lord of the Ring titles, front cargo container door. Then we have the IAE V2500 engine, and then the winglet with the green navigation light. Back onto the fuselage, we see the livery pretty much reflected on this side. Rear cargo container door, bulk bin door, and as you can see, the flag is correct on this side, how it was on the real aircraft. And ZK-OJA, and the Koru on the tail. Alright, so let's take a look underneath the aircraft. Alright, so we have the nose gear, gear doors, antenna, with necker ducts, beacon light, hole for the stand, main gears, gear doors, underneath the engine, and another wings, flaps, slats, aileron. Very, very detailed, this model. Same on this side, but with the registration number. And then we continue down, we have one more antenna, and another one. These squares here, they are cabin pressure relief valves. Then we have the APU housing. On top of the aircraft, we have an antenna, Some more markings for antennas: anti-collision light. We've just outlined ADF antennas. Overwing emergency exit pathways. We have the do not step inside this area warnings. Flap slats, ailerons and spoilers. Also got the strake, engine strake. I've just remembered I've forgotten to show you guys inside the engine. Show you if it spins or not. I will show you once I finished showcasing the top of the model. We've got another antenna there and another one. And grey dots. Oops. Grey dots on each horizontal stabilizer. And they're the logo lights that light up the tail at night time. Alright, so now I'm just going to show those engines. Okay, so engines are looking quite good. And they do spin, which is really nice. This one's a bit tougher to spin, but it spins nonetheless. Alright, so now I'll go through the seating configuration for this aircraft. Okay, so we have two configurations. The first is domestic, 171 seats, rows 1 to 29, so that's the entire aircraft. Actually, there's really no point in showing you where the seats are. And then international version, which is this aircraft, 168 seats, rows 1 to 28. Again, that's the entire aircraft. Right, so now I will show you guys the stand. So as you saw inside the box, the stand, came separated, so I had to screw it on. Here's the plaque. And here's the blue film that's on the metal piece, which I'm just going to remove. And nice shiny metal there. I'm not too much of a fan of these stands, but it should work. So I just got to give a push. I'm not going to put it all the way on. I think the yes, slightly loose. I've screwed it in properly, but it's just slightly loose around the back here, so it does want to move a little bit. Anyway, the model looks really, really nice on the stand. The nose gear, I'm forgetting some of the things I'm supposed to show you guys. It's been a while since I've done this. The nose gear does swivel, and gears, I should say, they do roll. The nose gear, though, it's not quite so easy to roll, and I'm not going to attempt to, because I have almost broken the little, there's only a very, very tiny metal rod that runs up into this little piece where the gear door is, and it stays up there, and I nearly broke one, and because the rods are so thin. So if it's not rolling, or you're having gear problems with the nose gear, I just don't bother trying to fix it or move it around too much, because you will break it. But apart from that, this is a beautiful model, and I highly recommend getting one. Please like the video if you did enjoy, comment, tell me what you think of this model, and see if you're going to get it. Tell me if you're going to get it. Subscribe for more. I have seven I think more after this, and then I have 15 more models arriving soon, so a lot to get done, and I'm sure there's a model there that you want to see a review on. And please share this video so other people know about it and see if they want to get this model as well. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.